Okay, now we're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Yay. I'm going to make sure we're in the right spots.
Yeah, I didn't get any notifications, but that
You did
doesn't
not?
mean anything.
Okay, I see us in building for tomorrow now. Let's look in peace. There we are. Okay.
Yay.
Hey, everybody. So we are using this Melina and Dana.
Hey.
And we are using a platform called Be Live. So if you are not a member of that platform, when you make a comment, do us a favor and say put your name.
Yeah.
Just put your name. So, hi, Facebook user. Hello.
Hello.
That's all.
Can
you see the comments too, Melina?
I do see comments. I see Alexis Clark. Hello. I was watching you. I was like covertly watching you on TikTok earlier. Like your live came up in my feed, and I didn't actually like click on it. I just watched it from like outside the world, but you're so cute and you're due soon. And you were
have to watch.
You were mixing sprinkles. Yeah, I love watching PZ Peeps on TikTok.
Yeah,
okay.
It is fun. Hey, Danielle. So, okay. So yeah, again, if anybody's just jumping on, Melina and Dana here, we just thought we would go live together to talk about a couple things, but be sure if you are commenting, let us know who it is so that we can see, because Be Live doesn't tell us, it just says Facebook user. So thank you for that. All right. So here we are in April, right?
Yes, no joke. It's April.
Right. No fooling. Speaking of fooling,
how about April though?
Dude, I know, right? But how about that video that Danielle and Kelly did?
Okay, so that was really funny. So I got the email and I didn't watch it. I was just like, oh, that's cool. I'll look at it. And then one of my team members messaged me and was like, so what are you thinking about the new Sense? And I was like, so I had to go look, and I watched it for a couple minutes, and I was like, what was it, like damp basement or something?
The names were hilarious.
So funny.
Yeah.
I loved it. I don't know how they did that with a straight face.
I know. That's what I kept laughing because that would have been hard. Like how they did it with a straight face. I love the manure one.
Yes.
I love that. Hey, Lisa.
Yeah, that was such a good April Fool's joke.
That really was. That was really cute. So, and we got the new focus for April. I posted about it in the groups. So go back and read all that stuff. And in fact, I'm doing a giveaway. Didn't I do a giveaway? I think I did a giveaway for new customers. I said, if you get at least 2 new customers, then post below and then I'll do a giveaway. So, because that's just kind of like what I like to do nowadays is give lots of giveaways.
No, it's fun. I love all of our company focuses. And
I
know we're like not going to go super in depth in it, but can I just share really quickly?
Yes.
Something?
Yes, please.
First of all, if anyone's wondering why I look so cute and casual, I had surgery about a week and a half ago. I'm at home recovering, but I did go back to my day job today. And if we're Facebook friends, you will undoubtedly know what kind of surgery I had. I'm not going to say it here on live TV because this might end up on YouTube.
It will be on YouTube.
It's none of their business.
That's right.
But even though I was kind of really like focused on me, as I should have been the last like 8-ish days of the month, I hopped on the leader lowdown. If you're a manager or above and you're in the leader group, Karen goes live and gives us like a sneaky peeky at the focus so that we can be prepared to share with our teams and come up with training to support the goal. And I just got so excited and like was like the whole week like itching to like tell the world and work my business. And I was like, I should not be thinking about this right now. I should really just be resting. But I was so very excited. And like the company is super strategic when they come up with these focuses because they want to help us all be successful. But it just makes my heart happy when we're doing something in support of others. So I needed that little boost. I don't know if anyone has recently been in a place, in their life or their business where they just needed like oh, I just need a little sunshine. Well, that was my sunshine, learning what our focus was going to be, and just got me, like I said, really, really excited. So April's going to be awesome.
That is awesome. I love that. Somebody just said they had 24 new customers sign up
What?
today. Holy
What?
cow.
That's amazing.
If you are just joining us, be sure to tell us who's making the comments, because we're using Be Live as a platform, and for safety concerns, it doesn't show people's names unless you tell us who you are. So 24 new customers, you have to let us know what you did. That's amazing. So yeah, I love the focus as well. And like I said, just be sure to read all about it. You can also read about it on the newsletter. And speaking of the newsletter, we had a lot of social selling rules be updated, because we always refer to TikTok as the wild, wild west. And it kind of is. But actually, that's kind of why I like it. And that's funny for me to even say that, because I was the first person when they started talking about TikTok. I'm the one that was over here going, I'm not getting on TikTok. You got to be kidding me. Like, no. And guess what? Never say never, right?
Yeah, I hop on your lives all the time
I
and see what
know.
you're doing, and I'll be like perfectly honest. I'm kind of still a TikTok holdout. I got myself to 1,000 last year and was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and then like I got on and like had like 4 people, and I just didn't have the patience for it. Plus my hold on one second.
Wow, Natalie says she booked
Sorry,
8 parties.
I'm doing something like. Sorry, I had to do something for my
Your
daily.
other work.
Had to click a button. But I just I didn't feel like I was in a place where I wanted to go live and be live for multiple hours at a time. I do have a job outside the home. But also last week I was like, I should really try TikTok again. because we don't know how long we have it.
Right.
So, it's just like being alive. We should make every day count, because we don't know how many we have. We don't
Exactly.
know how many days we may have with TikTok.
And my
Keeping it
grandpa
real.
used
So
to
I'm like,
say, make hay while the sun is shining.
make hay while the sun is shining.
Not
So
exactly sure what that, I mean, I know what it means, but that's what he used to say. So I'm like, you know what? Until it goes away, or maybe it won't go away, but
yeah, maybe might not.
right.
But I'd say all the more reason, because there's that little bit of uncertainty. I don't think it's gonna go away, but you never know. I'm not an oracle. I don't have like, a third eye or anything. Um, but I'm like, you know what? I should just give it a try. I should give it a
Yeah.
try. And if a bunch of men come on and tell me I'm beautiful, well, then it's my ego boost for the day.
There
And
you
that's
go.
something
There you
that's
go. And
exciting. Yeah.
okay, so I had so many reasons I wasn't going to do it. I was the whole, it's a China-based company. Well, what app isn't, but whatever. That's a whole nother thing. I also thought I'm too old for TikTok, right? It's all these youngsters. I'm not going to dance and play all these games and do all this fun stuff. So I had every excuse like ready. Like I could roll them off my tongue. And the day that I hit the live button for the first time, I was a nervous wreck. But what's really cool is the people that get on there that start to follow you, they become like your wolf pack. Like as soon as a troll gets on there and starts talking, they're like, oh, I mean, I've got a couple of girls I didn't even know that wanted to be my moderator. And so I was like, yeah, sure, you can be my moderator. And man, they are like, y'all are not doing our girl this way. They don't even know me. So it's actually turned out to be a lot of fun. Like it's actually fun. And I don't stay on it. Like I try to keep my window between an hour. I between an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. I don't go much longer than that because I get exhausted. Like being on for that long, it gets a little exhausting. So I don't know how some of these people that do it for hours and hours and hours. I don't know how you do it, but maybe that's where my age plays a role. I don't know.
Well, I like to think I'm young, but I don't think I could hang much longer than 2
Yeah,
hours. It
yeah,
is
it's exhausting.
exhausting. I
But you
mean,
know what?
even just going live, like I've gone live on, Facebook, for parties, and
Yeah,
afterwards I'm just like, I'm exhausted, and that's like 30 minutes or less.
exactly. Exactly. Natalie says she is really trying to defy the odds and keep her old-fashioned mentality. And I absolutely get that. I get that. I keep getting a lot of bot accounts from people outside the United States. Yeah, that happens too. You got to have somebody maybe as a go live with you as a moderator to just, kick them off the first couple of times. Between,
Yeah,
yeah, I get it. Everybody, there's so many reasons. But the cool thing is that there are still so many other ways to work your business. I mean, Natalie
yeah,
just said something about, what was it? She
yeah.
said
She's
book
booked
date
8
parties.
parties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
parties are not dead.
no,
Don't let
oh my
anyone tell
gosh.
you that they are. Parties are not dead. I think at the end of the day, it's all about connection.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
and so there's multiple ways to do that. I just did a training with my team on Friday because I was so excited to talk about the focus and share tips for getting new customers. It's all about connection, and we are just fortunate that we live in the day of technology, where we can do it covered in a blanket from the comfort of our own home,
Right.
with Facebook parties, with live selling through Facebook, through TikTok. I mean, there's just
So many
the
ways.
sky's the limit.
Mhm.
And
Events. I've got an event coming up in
events,
2 weeks.
yeah,
That's
yeah. I'm not doing any right now because I'm in recovery mode and I'm
right.
really not supposed to lift anything more than like 10 pounds, which is so annoying, y'all.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, vendor events, especially outdoor events in the fall, were really, really good to me. I was on like a hot streak where I'd go with this goal. Like I know that this isn't about events, but I just, hopefully this inspires or excites somebody. Like I went to this one event and I'm like, I'm feeling like a $300 day. Like I'm going to sell $300 worth of sprinkles and warmers off my display. Everything was cute. My husband dropped me off, helped me set up. And like I had hit my goal in the first 90 minutes. And I was like, so maybe today's going to be more than a $300 day.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, so yeah, the big thing is connection. So however you do it, but also be open to doing it ways that are
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I
Yeah,
love
I
to
mean,
go live. I have no reservations being on camera with Dana right now, but like, yeah, TikTok does frighten me a little because
right.
you don't know. And
Yeah,
you are gonna have to maybe do it several times before you start to really find your people. Because
right.
initially it is the bots and the weirdos.
Yeah.
But um, you know, that's where like making videos outside of TikTok live, I think helps. That's how you
I will
build up
tell you. Yeah,
a
I would
real,
not don't put all the baskets in one place, I think is kind of what we're both saying,
yeah.
because even with TikTok, I still have my weekly networking events and I'm still doing vendor events and I'm still doing parties. I'm just, I feel like we have to kind of find all the things that work for us and make sure we're doing them and not sticking all the eggs in one basket for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
So, but back to the live selling part, there's a whole bunch of new things in the newsletter. So be sure to kind of read about those. There were some issues that people were kind of questioning, and so we're hoping to get better answers. But anyway, make sure you're reading the newsletter and stuff like that. Yeah, see, Mama T, she still does events, which is perfect. Multitask with social media. Yeah, do whatever makes you happy, actually, because I feel like if you're happy and you're having fun doing it, you're gonna do better, right?
Mhm.
Than
Definitely.
if you're not happy, everybody sees it. Everybody feels it, right? Um, okay, let's talk about real fast. Let's talk about the copy link for parties. So,
Yes.
yes. So they made this announcement and
Amazing.
everybody panicked. I know. They made the announcement and everybody panicked about not being able to move parties come April 1st or March or May 1st. I think it's May 1st, right? Um,
Mhm.
but and I know we've had issues with the website. I do believe in all my heart that they're going to get those things worked out once they're able to get this new website up and running. The thing is though, if y'all haven't tried the copy link on parties, you have to try that. It is so good. Whether you use that copy link in your event if you're doing a Facebook party for your customer, or you do like I did it on my link tree, and I put a copy link so that all the orders go to that one party. It's a fantastic feature. So if you haven't tried it yet, you gotta try that. Sorry, I'm reading comments too. We need an updating example of Facebook parties so we can show downlines. Great. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. The copy link is fire.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about Facebook parties is like there's so many ways to do it. Like um some of y'all have been around long enough to know who the tag team are, and like they had a 30-minute Facebook party, and it flowed a certain way, and then Krista Clay has shared her Facebook party, and I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head, but there are so many different ways to do it, and you might have to play around with it and like figure out even with that with what works for you. Not everybody's doing a home party the same way. Do people still do home parties? I did one in March.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
and it was
I love home
amazing.
party. I have one coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay, good. I love all things virtual. I love partying on Facebook. I'll be honest, haven't done it recently, so I need to. I'm going to host my own party in April, but like even so, there's so many different ways to do an online party, to do a Facebook party. And I know Natalie does a lot of online parties, and like we don't party the same way. So yeah, I think the word of the day is flexible.
Yes, exactly. What works for you, do what works for you and makes you happy.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is if you're not making connections, your business is going to slow down, and that you definitely don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
somebody
even
still does the semi tag team style.
yep,
Oh,
that's
that's
Danielle.
Danielle.
That's my business bestie.
That's Danielle.
But I think at the end of the day, it matters less about what you're posting in your Facebook party. There is no perfect script.
Correct.
It's all about connections, like you said. It's getting people to know, like, and trust you. That is like the secret sauce to everything in our business, and it especially applies to TikTok. People have to get to know you. They have to like you. They have to trust you before they're going to, play your live selling game or hop on your website and become a SendFlirt subscriber.
Yes, 100%. I think Natalie just said she doesn't see the copy link. So if you go to your main website, pinkzebrahome.com/Dana Lee or whatever your website is, and you click my parties, then you pick the party, you're going to see underneath it, it's going to say copy link. I mean, it is like such a beautiful thing.
Yep.
It's a
Easy
beautiful
peasy.
thing.
Yeah,
So
because
easy.
for us consultants, prior to now having that, we had to go into ZeroNet. We had to go look up the party.
Right.
Then we had to click save and send invites. And if we hadn't clicked that yet, we had to pick, is it a virtual party? Is it a blah, blah, blah party? We had to check the little radio button and then click another button to get to the link. And now we just open a dang party, and then we can just go to our website and find the link.
So awesome. It is so awesome. And then all the orders will go there. And you know what? It's a pain in the rear anyway to go and try to figure out how to move the parties and do all like, whatever. So I love it.
Yeah.
All right. See, she said, I just needed a little directions. Okay, that's perfect. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Okay. They also talked a little bit, I feel like they did. Didn't they talk about cross branding? Let's talk about branding because you are the branding czar.
Well, it's just funny that you wanted to talk about this topic because I am a brand compliance leader at my day job. So like I live and breathe brand standards and being in compliance for a large bank. There's like, it's one of two. It's either Wells Fargo or Bank of America. You can go look at my profile and see which one it is. But that's such a big deal. Like our logo and using it correctly, like that is a visual representation of our brand, and it's I don't think that they ask anything unreasonable of us in terms of following, brand compliance, but it is, using the independent consultant logo on your graphics. I'll go as far because I am a graphic design snob. I am not a graphic designer, but I'm a snob about graphic design, and it's making sure that the images that you're posting are not blurry, that they are quality images. Obviously, we are not, we're not all photography experts, but you can take some pretty good photos with most cell phones these days.
Yeah.
And so taking good photos, you can put them in any sort of graphic design tool you like. I like Canva. Some people like PicMonkey. There's all sorts of other ones. Using that independent consultant logo properly. It's following our standards for business cards, like what can you put on a business card and what you can't put on a business card. And then even making sure that you're not repackaging your products improperly. So it's using blending bags. There is no other other than, those of us who have glass jars, right? We can still use those until we don't have them anymore. But it's it's following that. It's making sure that the packaging or the basically the product that we're shipping out, it looks quality. Like, we're not going to, use Ziploc bags or I can't think of any like other kind of bag. Like, what other bags are people trying to use? Yeah, we got to use blending bags or those glass jars.
Yeah.
And if you don't have good handwriting, perhaps invest in a label maker as well,
Right.
because that just you want the experience that the customers are having to be a good one.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, those things, those little tiny details, they make a difference.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So I love that. And then even go as far as we have to think about what we're posting when we're talking about Pink Zebra, and then all of a sudden we were posting about, another link that I don't have any, but that we're maybe getting, well, actually I do, come to think of it. So y'all know I have a little small boutique on the side that I do. It's online only, but I never post about it with my Pink Zebra business. I just don't do that. I mean, I just think it sends the wrong message. So I just am not going to do that. So it's the same thing. Like, they don't want us posting about other places that we're making money, Amazon, whatever it is. I know there's places that you can make, you know what
Right.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. So like you can have, there's affiliate links. A lot of companies do them now. I think they existed before the pandemic, but social selling and shopping online went to just a whole nother level while we were all stuck at home. And so, everybody and their grandma, offers affiliate links. Like, you share this, your friends shop through it, and then you get some sort of kickback. So yeah, we should not be sharing those in any of our Pink Zebra spaces.
Right. They do say that if we want to, if something will help somebody and you want to text them a private conversation, but just don't be posting about it on your Pink Zebra stuff. So yeah, for sure. All right. So let's talk about, everybody got the newsletter. I don't know who's read the part about the career plan yet, but I thought, let's just pull off that Band-Aid and talk about it. Because I think it's going to be a stretch. I know, right? It's going to be a stretch for me personally. I'll just be honest. But I feel like I think it's all good. And Melina, you're an executive manager, and I think it's perfect to just kind of start with the executive manager portion of it. Once you promote to executive manager, you're at a different level. You're now getting a mentoring bonus. You are now on your way to trying to be a director. So, like, tell us how you feel about the changes.
Yeah. So like, I am a unicorn in the sense that I don't know when this changed for me, but I adopted the motto, if it's not going to really matter in 5 years, then it's not going to matter in 5 minutes kind of thing. And so I handle change very differently than other people. And so uh, when I learned of the new changes, I was kind of like, okay, like it just personally did not bother me. If it bothered you, please don't comfort me. But it really did not. It didn't bother me because I know, um, I know what I do in my business. Going forward, effective July 1st, executive managers will need to have a minimum sales volume of $800 per month to be bonus qualified. So that's coming up from 460. I'm very rarely at 460. Some of y'all are old school enough that you remember when it used to be 400. And when it was 400, I never wanted to just be at 400. There were a few months that I was like, okay, 401, it is what it is. I did my best. But my goal was always to do more than that. My goal was to keep increasing my sales volume because I didn't want to just do the bare minimum. That didn't really feel right for me. I wanted to continue to grow. I wanted to be a consistent seller. I want to earn things like pink sapphire and in the future higher than that. And so that 460 was just never a number that I was like, I gotta, oh, let's make sure I do that this month. It was like, let me do it this week. Let me knock it out of the way, middle of the month or first week of the month. That was always like a challenge. Like, let's do that because then it's like, okay, the rest of the month could be like crap. But I made sure that I'm going to earn my team commissions. And so it was like, get it out of the way as soon as possible. But it was never, oh my gosh, last day of the month, I sold nothing this month and I've got to scramble to either like find people to buy stuff from me or make the decision to spend the money myself. That is, I'm not interested in doing that. I want to earn my sales volume. So in terms of that, I didn't really feel anything. I was just like, okay, different goal, new goal to exceed. But I looked back from July 1st of 2022 till now, and there were 2 months that I was under 800. One of them was July of last year, and I was on vacation for part of that month. We know that sometimes the J months are a little, whatever, if we don't plan and prepare for them. And I clearly didn't plan and prepare for them for that month. So now I just know, to be better prepared in the future because I'm going to sell more than 800 SV every month. Non-negotiable for me.
Right. Absolutely. And then the
Yeah.
training once
Right.
a month. But
Yep.
I mean, you're a mentor. Like at the time you get to be EM, you should be training your team because you get a mentoring bonus. So that to me, I feel like some people are kind of they're overthinking it and they're really worried about it when I think if the bare minimum that you're sharing what the monthly focus is and what Karen Siddell shares on the leader page, you're there. You just do that one time, and you're there.
I mean, I was training my team before, like from the get-go almost. Because we had no training. We had like 6 videos in back office. There was no PZ Academy. And so there was a point where I was doing, I don't know if any of some of my team will hop on here, but I was doing Facebook Lives every single week. And then I realized I could pull back from that a little bit because we do have all these training resources, but it feels weird to me to not show up in my group at all. And I was so focused on my surgery in March that I forgot. There's one particular night that I go live and I forgot. And I was like, I mean, okay, that makes sense. Like it was 2 days before surgery. But then I was like, well, I'm not going to let March pass me by and not show up with my team. That feels weird to me. Because I do have a responsibility and an obligation to show up. And so that's why I went live on the last day of the month. And we talked about, just different ways to find new customers.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always something to talk about. And if you're working your business, which you obviously are working your business, so I'm not meaning you, Melina, but just us in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there's always something that we can share with people. We've been around for a long time, so sometimes we forget about the simple things. And so sometimes we just need to take a step back and think, okay, well, maybe people don't know about a party on the go. And so we talk about the party on the go or just whatever it is. But I have always kept myself a little notepad. And whenever it's like, oh, I could talk about that on a live, make the notes. And then that way, you're kind of preparing yourself down the road. But again, Karen Siddell now is doing the monthly training. So if you do nothing more than simply share what she shared and then how you're going to make that work for you personally, there you go. You've got your training. So I really don't think that's asking too much at all. I think that most people are already doing it.
Yep,
Right?
I think so
Most
too.
people.
And the great thing is that, because we're talking about executive managers and above, this is a requirement for all those levels. We have a leader group where we can start a thread and talk about who's training on what. We can share notes. It's an
Right.
open book quiz, y'all.
Right.
Like this is a good opportunity for people to share what they're training on, what they're talking about, and if you take notes, share them. You don't have to come up with.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Right.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say, but would not come out of my head. There's no point in that. And the other thing is that you're probably going to do the same topics over and over again. You will, there is no, there's always new things in the sense that there's a new technology platform or we have new products, but the core of our business is connections, customers, sharing the opportunity, taking good care of our customers so they want to come back and shop with us, and setting a good example for our team. So it's training can be lather, rinse, or repeat. I'm going to talk about goals in April, and then next year sometime we'll talk about goals again.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
just how it is, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
Bonnie's in the house.
Bonnie. Yeah, I saw a couple of people commenting up here about how, I think it was Danielle that said she always gets her 460 by the 15th, and then she's even tries to have it in by the 5th, which is perfect. And then you get that extra 5% also when you get to 1,000. So why not go ahead and push yourself to that, especially,
Right.
when you get to that point. Okay, so perfect. So then we've got the directors. Theirs didn't change much, except that it stayed at $11.50 per month, but at the end of the year, they need to be a pink sapphire. So that means, 17,000 in sales. But if you're a director, you want to be a pink sapphire. Hello. I think even EMs want to be a pink sapphire.
Yep.
So executive directors, we have to do 2,600 in a month, but it's 46,000 in a year, which really comes out to about 34. Because I take the big number and then divide it by 12 months so that I can at least try to be on track that way. Because I don't want to be trying to make up steam at the end. So that's about 38, 34, 30, 3,900 a month. If I'm doing that, then I should hit white sapphire. There's other requirements. We've got the Scent Flirt and we've got the sponsors, qualified sponsors as well. But, it'll be a stretch for me. I'll be honest. I've never done white sapphire before, but the one thing I can say is that it is, it's pushing me, man. It's pushing me to do more, and which is, I will never admit this to Tom Gaines, so don't y'all tell him I said this, but I sometimes you need a little push to do better than what you did. You get comfortable doing a certain thing all the time. So I definitely am being pushed out of my comfort zone. And so here we go. I'll take y'all along the journey with me. And then of course, presidentials have to be blue sapphire. So, but the bonus levels that they're paying out now are awesome. I think that that's going to be a big hit. It'll be fun to see people. I mean, we already have people that collect those checks. We've already got our white and blue sapphires. And hey, Krista, were your ears burning? We were talking about you and your parties, girl. But anyway, so the cool thing again is that we are still able to work our business however we see fit, but it definitely will push us a little bit more to roll with changes and find new ways to work our businesses. So that's all I have to say about that. Are you working?
That's right. Sorry. You know.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely
Multitasking me.
So one thing that I will encourage, yeah, we were talking about you, Kristen. We were talking about all the different ways and that people can work their business and how you have so much success with Facebook parties. I think Natalie does your system too, and she has a lot of success with Facebook parties. There's a lot of people that have success with Facebook parties, so that's awesome. Whatever makes you happy, that's what you should be doing, right? It will
Right,
all
exactly.
yeah, it will all work out. Yeah, I mean, I know change is never comfortable, but I feel like in all my life, in all of my career, whatever I was doing, it it was always necessary. Like change is just necessary. As much as we sometimes hate it, sometimes it is necessary. And I will tell you right now, I'm just going to be real blunt here. I know there are people that will say I'm not going to do this anymore or whatever, and that's fine. That is absolutely their prerogative. But I'm telling you right now, I made a list of pros and cons of my options of what I could go back to my other career or I could make this work. And you know what? This column sucked. Like, I ain't doing that. I want to stay doing this. And I mean, there are so many positive things about this business with Pink Zebra that I will make this work because I just love it too much. So I don't want to go back to having to do what I used to have to do. I used to have to entertain clients at nighttime and on weekends and just, I don't mind the daytime as much because I didn't mind getting up and going into work. And plus I got to work from home a lot. But working in the evenings and at night and having to work around their schedule instead of my schedule. I mean, there's just way too many things. So, and I know Melina, you work a daytime job, but I think you've said in the past that Pink Zebra brings you a lot of joy. So
yes, it does. It's a social outlet for me. It's been an awesome just thing to have in my life, like all the relationships that I've gained. I mean, the experiences. I'm such a like when people think about like gifts for me, not that anyone here is thinking about that, but I like experiences and just having been on 5 incentive trips. Well, one was 2020 when I stayed in my living room, but it still counts. Like that stuff, that intangible stuff, like that's a big deal. And I can't really imagine my life without all of that.
yeah.
And so, yeah, change is tough, but it is necessary. You don't get diamonds without putting a little pressure on some coal. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's something really cool about challenging yourself. I don't know. If we stay stagnant, think about stagnant water. It starts to smell like poop.
And so,
right. We don't want mosquitoes hanging around us. We don't want to smell like poop. Yeah. We don't want to become like infested with bacteria. So we're all gonna just not stay stagnant. Right. Stagnant. I'm sorry, I can't talk.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And I mean, I look at myself even, and it's like, I mean, anytime that there's been something new added, it's like my first reaction is to go, oh, why? But then once I start to kind of get into the pattern of it, I'm proud of myself for the accomplishment. I mean, I remember the first time hitting Pink Sapphire and I'm thinking I had never done 17,000 in a year. And that was really cool to be able to do that, or hitting the first incentive trip. It's like, Yeah, you're absolutely right about the stagnant water. I liked that analogy.
Yeah, it just
Even
came
going
to me.
on TikTok, as much as I was against that, doing that and having a little bit of fun with it. Now my numbers are not like these huge gigantic numbers, but they're better than they were. And it's just one extra tool I've added to my toolbox now. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And that's, we're all capable of doing all the things. We just have to want it. I guess that's the bottom line, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So, Chris, I'm sorry. You look like you were going to say something.
I was, and then it flew out of my head.
Oh,
I didn't actually know what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah.
Krista made the comment about the copy link too. We were talking about that
Mhm.
earlier, Krista. It is so easy. Such a great, simple step. Such a great step. So anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's like, so what is it? I think it's like the Geico commercials from like years past. So easy a caveman can do it.
That's right. That's
It's,
right.
yeah, couldn't get easier.
Right, exactly.
Couldn't get any easier.
So and then I love the fact that now we have event training. Like I think that is so cool. I have not looked at it yet, so anybody that has, you have to let us know. But just the fact that we have that, because events, I know, like Cindy Claus is a great example. She does that is her business. She does events, and they are huge and they are successful. I know Shannon still does massive mega parties, like in person, and she's got new customers coming in left and right. I mean, there are so many ways that we can do these things. So I'm going to train my customer to click my parties. Exactly. What if
Yeah.
you do want it, but you're having trouble figuring out a schedule with a 5-month-old and a 2-year-old? That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That is a good one. I mean, so I'm like a old school direct seller. I'm so young, right? I'm just like 27. I'm kidding. But I'm coming up on my, I think 19 years that I've been in direct sales total. And back many years ago, the company I was in, they had a weekly plan sheet. And I found that to be a super valuable tool because for me, for the most part, in these 19 years, my schedule has always been pretty consistent. So I could plug in, like when I was at work, like back then in that company, we had like an in-person team meeting every week that if you didn't go to, they like hunted you down. But so I plugged time in for that. I made that like a priority. And then I, put in any other personal obligations. And then I look at the sheet and I'm like, okay, what's not been claimed yet? And so that is when you plug in time for the things that you feel you need to do to work your business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wouldn't, I think that was Cassie who said that. And I think Cassie also said that she just started using Canva and loved it. So yeah, the less time you can spend on Canva, like get good at it. So you're not spending a ton of time on there so that you can figure out, like, I don't know, so you can talk to more people, so that you can, book parties or plan out how you're going to share the product.
Right.
And then plug that in on your weekly plan. Who said, oh, and knows what company I was with. Yep, we did color code the weekly plan sheet. I have a paper planner now that I color code, like all the things that I'm putting in there because I like the color. It's
Yeah.
calming to see it all in different places. But yeah, there's only so much we can control about our week, but the things that we know have to happen at certain times, plug them in on that. You can get just a sheet of paper. You can write Sunday through Saturday across the top, and 6 a.m. to whatever 10 p.m. at night, and block out what your perfect week is, your ideal week, or block out what this week's going to look like, and then just figure out what time you have left to work your business. And you might have to get creative. You might have to hold 2 parties at one time, to do 2 online parties together, to host in the same group or in the same event. You have to work as smart and as strategic as possible.
Right.
Because people busier than you, and I'm not saying this to like diminish, I don't have children. I have 2 dogs, and they and be like children. But people busier than me, people busier than you, people busier than Dana are figuring out how to make it work. So that means you absolutely can't do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean with little ones, I mean we have people, Danielle and Lindsay, that have had little ones, and they schedule out their time, I'm sure. So maybe they can pop in and kind of give some feedback on that, even if it's on a replay. But I would think that even if you're going to go live with your little ones playing at your feet, that's okay. Like the cool thing about this business is you're not expected to be perfect. And the more real you are, the more you're going to have people connect with you. The other moms, they're watching and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at you and how you're doing this. So, I mean, just try to get creative. I don't know. Do people still put kids in a playpen? I mean, when Drew was little, bless his heart, he was in a playpen every now and then, or in a bouncy seat. Like I had work to do, and he would sit in a bouncy seat. So I don't know if they still do that kind of stuff with kids, but
I am absolutely certain they probably still do.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they have kids have technology now. So we're giving like toddlers like iPads, and they know the YouTube app, and they can go watch their like Peppa Pig or
That's so
the
funny.
Wiggles, whatever the kids are watching these days. I do turn on, so funny. I turn on PBS Kids for my dogs every morning. So they're getting all those shows while I'm, either at my day job or down here working, because I can't focus if they're down here. I
Exactly.
have a 13-month-old dog, 14-month-old dog that if you don't watch her, she's getting into mischief. So in a lot of ways, it's like a toddler. Yeah. So, and I put her in a crate, just like a playpen.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes it's worse because you don't know what they're chewing on.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Bonnie said she's still old school. She has a planner in her purse for appointments. Girl, I still have a planner too. I still have a planner that's sitting right here, and I use my little stickers because I love fun, colorful stickers. So I love it. Yeah, I had a swing for Drew too. He had a little swing, and he had this little thing that it's probably against the law now, but we hooked it to the
was it called a Johnny Jump Up?
Yes. And
I had one of those.
He would just sit and jump in that thing, and I would be over here doing whatever I needed to get done.
Yeah, it probably would not pass. It doesn't pass the vibe check anymore. Like probably we're not putting our kids in those kind of swings anymore.
But the main thing is the biggest thing to me is that when you are coming up against a wall of some sort, if you're facing a challenge, ask the question, because I promise you there are other people that have either dealt with it or are dealing with it, and there are ways to work around stuff. Like there are. And even if you're just given an hour or two a day, that's great. Like give it, like Melina was saying, try to get really good at Canva so you're not spending all your time on that, and that you're spending your time actually doing revenue producing stuff, like going live or having a party or doing an event or whatever it is.
Yep. So there's a difference between, and this came from my old company, paper time and people time. So even though we're digital now, making graphics on Canva is paper time. It's not income producing. But I've watched a lot of people go down, graphic design rabbit holes, and they're like spending hours a day making graphics. And then it's like, well, it's great that you have those things at your fingertips, but if you're not actually sharing them with anyone, if you're not having conversations, if you're not connecting, then you're not making any money.
100%.
Yeah. And I know like not everyone joined Pink Zebra to be the Jillionaires.
No.
But obviously we're here because we love the product and we want to share it, and earning commission is a part of that.
Right. And how fun is it when you're able to bring in a certain dollar amount, right? I mean, an extra $100 a month is nothing to sneeze at. Like I remember I think it was $86 was like my first check. And Dwayne was like, shoot, man, that'll pay the electric bill, which was obviously not the electric bill. It was probably Centerpoint, because the electric bill would have never covered it. But you know what I'm saying? It'll cover something. And I mean, every little bit helps. And then the more you're doing this, the more you want to earn a little bit of income. So
Mhm.
whatever your goals are.
Yep. I mean, I took on the responsibility of making my car payment with my Pink Zebra income, and it's I'm incredibly grateful to say that I didn't have to take that on because we couldn't make it work with our personal income, my husband and I. But I was like, I'm doing this, and it's kind of like put up or shut up. And so to show my husband, like, well, the time is well spent because now I'm making my car payment. And last January I was able to pay off my car, so I haven't had a car payment for over a year now, and
Nice.
that's a pretty big deal,
That's a
a
big deal.
very big deal.
That's a big
um
deal.
yeah, it's cool. But like you said, $100, $50, $25, like anything that you earn, there's always somewhere that it can go.
Right.
And I know a lot of women take care of themselves last because that is just who told us that is how we had to be.
I
No,
know.
no, no. We need a little
Right.
reprogramming, like, but often our needs are saved
Mhm.
for last. And so if you're getting, let's just say, $30 commission check, because I know what I can do with that here in my town, that is going to cover my pedicure.
Right.
So that's an hour of me time. That is
Exactly.
way more valuable than $30, but I'm gonna make sure I sell some things so that I can guilt free, like, go get that pedicure. I don't have to justify to anyone why I need it. I don't
No,
have to ask
absolutely.
permission. That's my
Absolutely.
money. And it's awesome to like grow in your business to see that money grow. I
Mhm.
mean,
I
just wait till
agree.
it's 1,000. Wait till it's
I
$1,000
exactly.
or
Exactly.
2,000. Wait till that happens, and like think about what that does for your family.
Right. It's big. I mean, there's been people that have taken vacations because of it. I mean, yeah, it's big. So thank you, Melina, for joining me today. And that's the other
Oh,
thing
you're
about the
so
training. Well, I was going to say about the training. So if you're not somebody who does a lot of training, go live with somebody. I mean, that's kind of like there's so many things, but do it. Just do it. Make sure you're connecting with your team because yeah, especially once you hit EM, like that's you're getting a mentor bonus. So why wouldn't you do that for them, right? I don't know who this was that said their daughter works from home and has a toddler. She uses a playpen, a jumpy thing. She uses all of it. She has 4 kids, and I don't know how she does it. But you know what? It's because she wants it. I'm just,
Yeah.
it always boils down to that. Like, do you want it? Because if you want it, you'll figure it out somehow. You know what? If something doesn't work, try something different. But anyway, I think that
Yep.
was it. I think that was all we got. And mahogany wood is back in stock in case anybody does not know that yet.
Right.
Get it
I was
while
just
it's
thinking about
scarce.
that scent. Yeah, I was
Oh, it
just
was
thinking
Kara.
about that scent.
It was Kara Heflin.
It was Kara. I'm watching us in Peeps.
You're watching. Oh, are you?
Yeah. So I was seeing all the comments there. Yeah, I love Be Live. I stopped using it. I switched over to StreamYard, but it's cool that you can go live in multiple places. That's
I know.
that's fancy.
I know, right? I love it. That's the only reason why I still have it is because you can do that, and then of course I can add 2 people. I think
Mhm.
that's it, just one guest. But anyway, no, maybe I could do up to 4 because I think didn't I do it with you and Dottie and there's somebody else.
Yeah, there were 4 of us on screen at one point.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
man.
well, if you're watching the replay and you made it this long, let us know you were
Hey.
watching. Bonnie, thank you for
Yeah.
joining us.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
love
Thank
it.
you for having me. This
All
is
right.
this is awesome.
Oh, no, thank you, especially in your recovery mode, your first day back at the other job. So this was fun.
Yeah. No, this feels like I got to talk to people today.
I know,
So
right?
that's awesome.
I know. I do love that I love that. I would like to do Zoom, but I don't have Zoom anymore. Do you have a Zoom account?
I have access to a Zoom account.
You have access. Yeah, because I don't. So I don't use the Zoom stuff. Like, like little one-on-one stuff. So
Mhm.
all right. I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have any questions or anything else that y'all want to talk about? I do want to say I have I appreciate you guys posting in Peeps. Please continue to do that and provide your words of wisdom, because it's always fun. Even go live. Like, I don't care. Go live in it. It's fun. I like it when you guys share all the stuff. And then I'm doing, I just run a little report and it shows me the top 5 contributors for the month, and I do little prizes for you guys. So I appreciate all that. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? So
Yes.
no, we don't. Bonnie asked, we do not do the first Tuesdays of the month anymore because Dwayne typically can't be here with me. So I go live whenever I am available to do it and when I am feeling it. So I just pop on the live. So there's really no, but I realized that half the time home office was doing something on Tuesdays and it just got to be too hard. So I just do it whenever I'm feeling it, and y'all can always watch the replay.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
I mean, this month and last month we had I think a PZTV on the first Tuesday.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like Tuesdays are just, they're hopping
Everybody
now.
everybody loves my Tuesdays. So PZTV is tomorrow night. I'm kind of excited. So thank y'all for joining us. And again, if you're watching in the replay and you have watched it this long, #replay so we know. Hi, Sylvia. We're just now ending, so you have to go back and watch the replay, my friend. But anyway, y'all, thank you, Melina.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. And y'all have a great day, and we'll see you later. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.